This is your host, Danny, and this is a new Do You Know episode from English Plus Podcast. Welcome to a new Do You Know episode, and today we're going to talk about water. What do you know about water? Well, after this episode, you will know a lot, hopefully things you don't already know about water. But before we start, let me remind you that you can use the link you will find in the description to go to our website. You will find in the custom post we created for this episode the things we're going to talk about, and in today's episode it's going to be about water, but also you will find other posts on our website with interactive activities, with downloadable PDF worksheets, and a lot more. So check it out and check out what we have in store for you on our website. And now, without further ado, let's start talking about water. Think about the different ways you use water. You drink water when you are thirsty. You take a bath and wash your clothes with water. You water the grass or other plants. You swim in water. Water pouring over huge dams may even make the electricity that lights up your home. About 3/4 of Earth's surface is water. Living things are mostly made up of water. Without water, there would be no life on Earth. So, what is water? Water is a chemical. Chemists say water is a compound, a combination of different materials. Water is a combination of oxygen and hydrogen atoms. An atom is a tiny bit of matter, too much small to see, of course. Water is made of 1 atom of oxygen and 2 atoms of hydrogen. The 3 atoms make the tiniest possible drop of water called a molecule. Water can be a liquid, solid, or a gas. Liquid water flows. Solid water is ice. Water in the form of a gas is called water vapor. So, where is water found on Earth? First, let's talk about liquid water. Liquid water fills the ocean, lakes, ponds, rivers, and swamps. Water droplets from rain clouds. Liquid water makes beads of dew on the grass. It seeps down into the ground. It fills underground lakes and streams. And what about solid water? That is the ice. Ice falls as hail or crystals of snow. Ice forms on ponds and frosty window panes. Huge streets of ice make glaciers and ice caps at the North and South poles. And all of these are examples of solid water. Then what about water as a gas? Water vapor is always present in the air. Water vapor makes clouds in the sky. Water vapor makes fog that hangs close to the ground. It is the steam that comes out of a tea kettle. All of these are examples of water in the form of gas. So now we talked about water in different forms. But now to the important question, where do we get drinking water? Not all water is safe to drink. Water in lakes and rivers can be polluted. It can have harmful chemicals or germs that cause disease. Long ago, many people living in cities got sick or died from drinking dirty water. Scientists have learned how to clean or purify drinking water. They learned that boiling water could kill germs. They learned that adding certain chemicals could kill germs. Engineers learn how to keep dirty water in sewers away from drinking water. Governments passed laws to keep factories from polluting water. Now, people still get sick from drinking polluted water. Many poor people still do not have pure drinking water. And that is, of course, one of the biggest problems we have today on planet Earth. And now to another important question. Could we run out of water? Is that even possible? Well, nature recycles water all the time. Water in oceans, lakes, and rivers evaporates and turns into a gas and rises into the air. The water vapor eventually turns back into a liquid and falls as rain. The water cycle keeps the total amount of water on Earth the same. But most of this water is salt water in the ocean. People need fresh water for drinking and for growing food on farms. Ocean water is too salty to drink. It is too salty to use for watering plants. Some places have more fresh water than others. People who live near big lakes or rivers have more fresh water than people who live in the desert. Places where a lot of rain falls have more fresh water. Places that usually have enough fresh water sometimes have a drought. Very little rain falls during a drought. People run short of water, and that can have catastrophic effects. Of course, if you don't have water, you can't live. There's no question about that. And we've seen it before. It's not something unheard of that we've had droughts. And droughts are becoming more frequent. We are not using fresh water where we should use it. We are not saving water the way we should save it. And we're not a few 100 million people as we used to be. Now there are a lot of people on Earth, and the fresh water we have can be enough for everyone. But we need to be careful. People everywhere should be careful not to waste water. So that is everything I wanted to tell you about water. Thank you very much for listening to another Do You Know episode. Today's episode was about water. I hope you learned something new, and I will meet you again in other Do You Know episodes and other episodes from English Plus Podcast. This is your host, Danny. Thank you very much for listening. I will see you next time.